Wow, beautiful piece there from Shakina. We are in West Africa, precisely in the great country known as Ivory Coast. And of course, you're listening to African Cocktail coming to you from Africa Radio at exactly 13 minutes past 11. Time for us to move over to Cameroon. I don't know if Derick is in Bamenda or he is in Boya, but the president of the Directors Guild of Cameroon will be confirming that when he gets on the air to talk about DCTV Africa and of course the film directing workshop that is coming up this Saturday in Boya. Musing Derick, if you are there listening to us, then welcome to the 62nd episode of African Cocktail.
Thank you very much, Ernest Kanjo. I'm actually in Bamenda, and it's a cool afternoon here with a lot of rain pouring.
Right, I understand. So, in what part of Bamenda are you now? Commercial Avenue, City Chemise Roundabout, Metal Quarters?
I'm in Quarter, which harbors the people that matter in the northern region. It is called Ngomgam Quarters.
Right. Wow, that's great. Okay, Musing Derick, thanks so much for joining us to talk about DCTV and, of course, the workshop that is coming up on Saturday in Boya. But let's begin with this new TV channel. For how long has it been existing and what motivated its creation?
Well, DCTV Africa is a concept that has existed for close to 2 years now, but it was never put on papers because probably the vitality of it didn't come so swift. Right. But at a certain point, sometime earlier this year, I happened to have a chat with a friend of mine who is actually in the United States, and he was like, wow, Musing Derick, you've been doing good, doing a lot to Cameroon as far as movie making is concerned. So, but I asked this friend, how really, what criteria did you use to assess that I'm doing good? And the friend was like, well, I read a lot on the media about you traveling to this place, your movies doing this and that. I was like seriously, you've never watched my movie? The friend told me, behold, I've never watched a Cameroonian movie. So this happened like with other 3 people. Then I realized that, okay, I had to go back to the drawing board. I started asking them, like, what happens? What is it that makes you not to watch Cameroonian movies? And the answer I got was the same thing. Like, they do not know where to get a Cameroonian movie, but they keep hearing every day that Cameroonian movies are actually existing and Cameroonians are doing movies. So I started thinking, okay, it's like we really do not have a good marketing network that can take these movies out of Cameroon. I realized that the best way to do it was to create an online television channel that can actually stream Cameroonian movies. Right. So that is how DCTV Africa came about, and then we started putting down the concept up to this point where we are.
So how do movies get to the station, and what qualifies a movie to get a DCTV Africa screening?
The truth is, in the past, we used to suffer the issue of quality as far as movie production in Cameroon is concerned. Right. But I can bet you lately, everybody is doing the HD thing that is speaking around the world. And so our content team and production team is actually a specialized one, and they get very critical to watch content. People just need to locate us, send your movies to us, and our team watches the movie. If the movie is good, we're going to send a response to you, get a contract with you, and then your movie can air on our channel. Right.
So far, how many movies have you received, and how many of these movies get screens in a day?
We are to the tune of about 8 movies already, which we have viewed and we have confirmed them. And in the month of September, I can already bet people that they'll be having a good movie like Viri, which was shot on HD Cameroon. They're going to be having in 19 hours. They're going to be having On the Dream, which is done by Wamusi. And for a start, we are going to be releasing 2 movies per month. But the channel is also going to be having free movies, which means that at any time that you log onto the channel, you could, watch free movies. But for our paid movies, for a start, we are going to be having 2 movies a month. We intend to evolve as time goes on.
From our understanding, Derick, a lot of Cameroonian movies have been shot, yet they are still lying in the cupboards, ready to be released. Does DCTV Africa plan to support producers in completing their movies for them to be aired on this channel as a way of promoting the industry, at least quantitatively?
I would outrightly tell you that if you remember correctly, sometime last year, like in April, I did a movie entitled In 19 Hours. Right. And behold, I've not had the courage to release the movie because I was like, what is going to be the outcome when I release? Is it about selling 1,000, 2,000 copies, DVD copies of the movie? I mean, that's really not it. You can spend a lot of money, say, okay, since you're talking in the American context, you can spend close to $15,000 to do a movie, and at the end of the day, you sell 2,000 DVDs. So this has been disturbing me a lot, and because of that, I could not release the movie. So the best of DCTV Africa, I can bet you, is something that is going to help producers a lot in Cameroon to be sure that their movies can leave the cupboards, because we are putting every strength of ours to ensure that their movies get out there. The channel also has the possibility where people who cannot watch movies online can order for the DVDs of movies. So you see that it's a whole network that, you know, is going to help producers a lot.
Right. So, Derick, how have Cameroonians in general and filmmakers in particular responded to this initiative?
Well, I'll tell you that they are indeed marveled. They are indeed so excited, because if I can tell you that for the short while that we've gone out for content scouting, we already have 8 movies which we are going to stream in the upcoming months. And then producers here, some of them are like, okay, I'm ready to give this movie to be aired on the channel, not even as a paid movie, but like a free movie. You see, so I mean, producers are so excited. They just feel like, okay, if they could just wake up tomorrow and have this channel already running, they'll be so happy.
Musing Derick is a film producer. He is the brain behind the creation of the DCTV Africa TV channel. He is also a film director and president of the Directors Guild of Cameroon. And Derick, I understand that a workshop for film directors is taking place this weekend in Boya with Ghana's Frank Raja as main facilitator. First, whose initiative is this?
Well, like the president of the Directors Guild of Cameroon now, I sat at a certain point and I looked at the industry. One of the things I realized is we have so many directors out there who are actually doing movies or who want to do movies. But the truth is, most of them have really never had that time to go research, get the knowledge that it takes to do a professional, internationally accepted movie. So when I looked at all of that, I was like, okay, how do we do it? Because if we can get 10 good movies from 10 good directors in Cameroon, it's going to boost the industry. So it is for this reason that I started talking with the one person who is collaborating with me to organize this workshop at Bojiba Airport. So we started thinking like, okay, how is it possible that we can empower these people? So it is from that discussion that we decided that, okay, let us bring somebody like Frank Raja, who is renowned. Everybody praises him. I mean, his works are speaking for him. Let us bring him to at least give some of the Cameroonian directors the basics that a director needs. So actually, I can say it is my concept, greatly supported by Agbogiba Debo.
And so, what specifically will you be discussing at this workshop? What are some of the topics which will be addressed?
Okay, we shall be looking at the basics that every director needs to know. When I talk about the basics, we sure should be looking at the angles. We sure should be looking at how to choose your script. And of course, we are looking at Frank being able to tell us, okay, what is his strong secret, given that all the movies he has done, like in the past few years, have been doing so well. Maybe what does it take for a director to choose what kind of movie to do these days? And of course, we are also trying, one of the concepts that I have on this workshop is to see the possibility of having our own Cameroonian actors and actresses also get on set in Ghana. And if Frank Raja alone can get 2 or 3 of our stars onto a Ghanaian set like every year, I think that is going to be a good blossom for the Cameroon film industry. Because for Saturday, Frank is going to be working directly with all the directors. And on Sunday, We are creating a forum where Frank can at least meet those we call celebrities in Cameroon, talk to them, and then know them, because we are also doing a selection of movies so that Frank can watch those movies. But if Frank were to do a casting in Ghana, Frank might definitely not really know these people by just watching movies. So equally want Frank to actually meet with these people, talk with them, see them physically, know what they're made up of, and then, that could help our memorandum of understanding to stand strong grounds.
Derick, I understand for the past couple of years, it's been Cameroon doing it with Nigeria. Now we're beginning to see Ghana strolling in. Does it mean that soon Cameroon will be taking the Ghana direction and instead of Nigeria?
Well, to me, I have always thought that a child could get more good plums if he visits more trees. I think we have done it with Nigeria to a certain extent. And of course, you'll accept with me that Ghana is doing wonderfully these days. So we are also looking at the possibility, okay, if we can get Ghana, if we can get Nigeria, and why not Hollywood? I mean, Cameroon is going to stand a better chance of, getting a good explosion.
Right. Okay, Derick, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about this great workshop that is coming up in Boya this weekend. Before you go away, could you just remind us of the date, the time, the venue?
Yes, the workshop is actually slated for Saturday, 23rd of August, and Sunday, 24th at the Hotel Residence Carlos in Boya.
Okay, if you are a Cameroonian film director, go there and improve on your knowledge of film directing. Derick, thank you so much and have a fantastic rest of the day out there in the Northwest Regional Headquarters of Bamenda.
Thank you very much, Ernest. God bless you and have a wonderful day too.
His name is Musing Derick. He is the president of the Directors Guild of Cameroon. He was one of our guests at large in this edition of African Cocktail. The 60-second, of course, coming to you from Africa Radio with Ernest Kanjo. Let's have some music, then we brace to move over to Johannesburg, South Africa, where Solomon Atta is definitely on standby.